Major breaking news out of the Defense Department this hour. NBC News has confirmed Secretary Chuck Hagel is stepping down. We're going to go right to Jim Miklaszewski at the Pentagon with the very latest. Jim.
Jose, senior U.S. defense officials confirm that Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel is being forced to resign. The White House and many here in the Pentagon apparently had lost confidence in Hagel. He often had trouble articulating the details of many of the operations, many of the incantations of what goes on here at the White House, and he had a difficult time expressing those thoughts. It appeared he sometimes didn't even have a grasp of them. And quite frankly, according to one senior official, the White House and DOD leadership pretty much lost confidence in Hagel. And he will apparently appear in the Rose Garden shortly after 11 Eastern time this morning. Now, there were some reports that he had resigned voluntarily. Officials say that's really not the fact, that he has, in fact, been asked to step down and resign, Jose.
And as a matter of fact, you know, Chris Hansen was reporting just minutes ago that all sources led to that he was planning to stay on till the end of the Obama administration.
Well, he certainly expressed the thought that he would remain until the end of the administration. But quite frankly, many thought that his downward glide path began even before he stepped here into the Pentagon. And it was his what many call a disastrous confirmation hearing before the U.S. Senate, when he appeared to have no grasp of many of the key issues facing DOD, the Pentagon, the military, the White House during that hearing, and there was some speculation at the time that the White House may be even forced to withdraw the nomination. Nevertheless, when he came here into the Pentagon, he pretty much did everything the White House had asked of him and wanted, certainly, particularly the social agenda, gay rights and the like here in the Pentagon. So there was a feeling that you know, he himself was uncomfortable in the position, and there was certainly obvious to many of us here that people here in the building were uncomfortable with Hagel.
Yeah, and I mean, he was an opponent of the Iraq War. He was clearly not a supporter of any military intervention. And we've seen that just in the past, you know, weeks, days, and months. I mean, you know, there's a change on Afghanistan, the whole situation on ISIS, Iraq, and Syria. He was apparently just not comfortable with dealing with the realities, not with what you wish you had.
Well, and throw into that all the complications with the upcoming budgets and sequestration, which, if enforced again, would force the Pentagon to make arbitrary, almost arbitrary across-the-board cuts. So you're cutting the budget and increasing the demand against the U.S. military and the Pentagon. Quite frankly, officials here just didn't think he was up to that task.
And, Jim, do we know what the president is considering for the future as far as the head of DOD?
Well, the most likely candidates are two that were considered previously when first Bob Gates and then Leon Panetta left the job, and they are former Undersecretary Michelle Flournoy and former Deputy Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter. At this point, with only 2 years left in the Obama administration and 2 wars essentially, and all those budget complications, I would doubt that the White House would want a newbie in here. They'd want somebody with some experience, knows how this place works, runs both the military and the Pentagon. So I think you'd have to put your money on either Flournoy or Ashton Carter at this point.
Jim Miklaszewski, thank you so very much for being with me this morning.
Okay,
Appreciate
Jose.
your time.